Ryan Ruffin, good morning. How
Ryan
are
Ruffin,
you?
good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Steve. How are you doing? I'm good.
Well, as a millennial, how are you
Well, as a millennial,
surviving
how are you surviving
this
this
this shelter in
this
place, this stay at home or be
stay at
arrested?
home?
It's a little different for me. I never really had to deal with anything like this before. Not being able to see, close friends or even be able to go to certain restaurants or stores or concerts, that's all changed. They even changed like the sporting schedule, so you can't even go to a baseball game or anything like that. So that's pretty different for me, not being able to have those uh, extracurricular activities to enjoy. But I've been okay inside the house, not really complaining.
When this thing is over, it's going to be hard to go back to restaurants. I know you're one that used to like to go out a lot, go out to a lot of nightclubs, bars. I don't know if bars will ever open again with social distancing. That's a whole part of growing up that you may miss. How would
Yeah,
you feel about
you know, I I don't know. It is going to be different. I just hope that whatever thing they implement to make things more acceptable for people to be around each other, I hope that it's for the better. And even if it has to be the way social gatherings are different, as long as it as long as it's safe, for everyone, that's really what's important. So.
in your age group, one of the favorite things to do is meet young ladies and hopefully court and date. How do you do that with a mask on? How do you do that with a
Um,
mask on, Ryan?
well, I mean, for me personally, I'm usually into girls uh, who hold conversations. So I'm not really a big person on like looks. So I mean, not to say that they don't matter, but I'm really more about like what they have inside. So you know, we could talk all
So
day with me. That's fine. It's perfect.
you're okay with the virtual view or you're okay with the mask view? Hey, David, how long
Yeah,
you doing?
yeah. I mean, that's okay with me. I mean, that's what times make it for. As long as we get to have a connection, that's okay.
You have malaria. You're a malaria guy, as our president would
Mm.
put it. Have you ever taken this chloroquine drug that he's talking about?
I have never taken hydrochloroquine before. I hear him talking about the possibilities of it having some kind of effect on people with the virus, but I personally I've never taken it before, so I can't really say what it would do for it. For me, I would be fine with the hydroxyurea that I take. As far as like being safe from malaria, but not as far as like the coronavirus. That's a different story. Everyone's trying to figure out how to stop it and how to manage it and maintain it. But the president, he's trying to figure out his uh, some way of he wants to do his job, so he's gonna do what he thinks is best, I guess.
So, if the president said, Ryan Ruffin, America, it's safe to go back outside and hang with people next week, would you trust him?
No, I mean, I usually take those kind of things into my own hands when it comes to my life. So it doesn't really matter what anyone says with that. I have two eyes and two ears. I have to like listen and pay attention for myself to see if things are safe, and then look both ways before you cross the street type things. Like I just kind of got to pay attention for
So,
myself, and if
in
it's safe, I will.
in this mess, who do you trust, Ryan? Whose word do
Uh,
you trust to tell you it's when it's time to be safe, when you think it's over, whose word are you going to trust to say that it's safe?
to say that it's
Well, when it comes to when people say that it's over, I guess you kind of have to kind of listen to if any guidance, you would probably listen to some sort of doctor or scientist, anyone that has, real experience dealing with these type of viruses or anything. I can't really just trust like with a word of someone who's like, just like a politician. They're not, majored in those type of things. But if someone like a scientist or a doctor says that it'd be fine to go out and do these type of things if you have these precautions. Then I'll take my my safety and I'll go out and test it out.
Did you ever think it would come to a day that you would not trust your president?
Um. Uh. Honestly, well, yeah, I, I personally, I'm kind of like, I already have like trust issues in certain aspects. So trusting the president, especially you guys just think about how the country as a whole, or how figureheads have like taught just treated my people, for example, like over the past amount of time. Certain things you just have to just look at and just be like, well, why should I just be so ready to trust you now, type of thing. But those type of things, like I say, you have to judge for yourself. What are you going to do, and like kind of like move forward from there.
Are you going to get out and vote in November?
Yeah, I'll go out and vote. I try to do my part in some way that I can.
If it comes to it,
Whatever.
you have to vote absentee, and it's safer to vote absentee. Will you trust the process to vote by mail?
Yeah, if it's like the only way that we can be able to cast our votes, amid all the things that's going on, I would have to be able to at least try to trust that the system would be uh appropriate, for us to vote absentee and mail-in voting and things like that. Because people can go out and vote the regular way. I just think that they would at least try to make sure that these type of things won't be as corrupted, or as like swayed or anything. That'd be just like you would go out voting normally. It'd just kind of be like the same way. Like you would think your vote would be counted and things would go on as they should.
Okay, Ryan Ruffin, your hopes and dreams, are they still there?
Well, yeah, I haven't given up hope yet. I'm pretty optimistic guy. I try to just work on my things that I like to do, whether that be painting or graphic design or photography. I try to just keep working on those things, and slowly but surely, regardless of what's going on outside, just make sure that I'm working on myself and working on those things so I can still be okay and happy with myself.
All right. Ryan Ruffin, I want you to thank you. I want to thank you for waking up with me, my brother.
Thank you, Steve.
Be awesome.
All right, you too, man.